The Hourglass. Ethan never knew his grandmother had an attic. It wasn't until after her funeral, while clearing out her house, that he found the rusted pull string in the ceiling. Dust rained down as he yanked it, unfolding the ladder to a space thick with cobwebs and the scent of rot. The attic was filled with forgotten things, moth-eaten coats, yellowed books, broken furniture. But on a small table in the corner sat an hourglass. It was unlike anything Ethan had ever seen. The frame was blackened bone, the glass impossibly clear. Inside, the sand was thick and black, moving sluggishly as though reluctant to fall. As soon as Ethan touched it, a whisper slithered through the attic. "Turn it." A chill crept up his spine, but he shook it off, just his imagination. He turned the hourglass over. The black sand began to fall, moving slower than it should. The attic suddenly felt wrong. The first death. That night, Ethan's best friend Mark came over. Ethan showed him the hourglass, half laughing about how creepy it was. Mark, always the skeptic, grabbed it and flipped it over. The lights flickered. A deep creaking echoed through the house like old wood bending under something heavy. Then came the smell. Damp earth, rot, something long buried. Mark swore and dropped the hourglass. The moment it hit the table, the shadows in the room shifted. Something moved in the corner. A bony hand twitched near the floorboards. Mark's face paled. "Dude, put that thing away!" The next morning, Ethan woke up to a text. Mark was dead. His body was found in his apartment, jaw unhinged, eyes missing, his face frozen in a silent scream. No signs of struggle. No forced entry. Just terror, locked into his features. And in the center of his room, a small pile of black sand. The spiral. Ethan tried to get rid of the hourglass. He threw it in the garbage. It reappeared on his kitchen table. He buried it in the woods. That night he heard scratching at his window. When he woke up, it was back, sitting on his nightstand, this time with the sand already running. Then the others started dying. His co-worker, who brushed against it, fell down an elevator shaft. His neighbor, who glimpsed it through the window, was found with his ribcage cracked open, his insides scooped out like rotted fruit. The police didn't understand. Neither did Ethan. Until he noticed. The sand was moving faster. The hourglass wasn't tracking time. It was counting down. The final turn. Desperate, Ethan did the only thing left. He smashed it with a hammer. The glass shattered, the black sand spilling out like a living thing, writhing, curling through the air. The shadows in the room grew teeth. Then the whisper returned. "Time's up." The darkness swallowed him whole. They found his body the next morning. His mouth was open, eyes gone, skin gray like he had aged 100 years. The look on his face was something no human should ever die wearing. And on the floor beside him, waiting patiently for its next owner, was the hourglass, still counting